Good Monday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, your source for superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and this is the daily video forecast discussion for Monday, the 24th of March, 2014. Mostly clear skies late this morning across the forecast region with a light northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour across the region. And it's still a cold one outside this morning. We have temperatures in the low to the mid 20s across northwestern New Jersey, the upper teens still across the Poconos region, and the upper 20s across the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, out on Long Island as well, and temperatures in the mid to the upper 20s across interior southeastern New York, the Hudson Valley region, into interior and southeastern Connecticut. Also fine temperatures in the low to mid 20s and upper 20s across southeastern Pennsylvania, from Philadelphia Central, New Jersey, Trenton, down to Belmar on the coast, and all the way down to the northern mid-Atlantic this morning. Surface analysis this morning from weatherroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software at about 10:30 this morning. High pressure across the Great Lakes region, all the way ridging down through the mid-Atlantic region. And as a result, the winds are all light out of the northwest and skies are generally clear. We have a weak troughs here across Ohio into southwestern New York State, and skies are becoming a little bit more cloudier in this region here, and another disturbance in the northern stream here across the upper Great Lakes, and these are going to be moving to the north and east away from the forecast region during today. We have a storm system developing in the Gulf Coast states, and the interaction between these disturbances in the northern jet and this disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico is going to cause cyclogenesis and a big nor'easter storm passing well to the south and east and northeast of the region during the day on Tuesday night, and Wednesday morning. Latest late morning visible satellite view shows the cold clouds here across the hills and valleys and ridges here across southeastern New York, northwestern New Jersey. Mostly clear just basically everywhere else, but there's some mid and high level clouds spilling down over the top of the ridge here, and this is some cold cumulus clouds, but generally fair weather across the entire forecast region at this time. Water vapor imagery showing plenty of that dry air in place, and the latest radar showing some plumes of moisture getting into off the lakes near Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, but most of the region now is relatively completely dry. Watches, warnings, and advisories. We have gale watches in effect for basically late Tuesday night through Wednesday afternoon. And this is from Sandy Hook, New Jersey to Montauk Point, out to 20 nautical miles, northwest winds at 15 to 25 knots, gust up to 40 knots, seas 3 to 6 feet. And the highest winds and seas will be on Wednesday. A gale warning, a watch is issued when the risk of gale force winds of 34 to 47 knots has significantly increased, but the specific timing and or location is still uncertain. Forecasted snow amounts from the RPM model, basically 1 to 3 inches across the forecast area. We could see a spike of 3 to 6 inches across coastal New Jersey if this verifies by Wednesday morning. And most of the heaviest snow, 6 to 9 inches, will be farther removed out into Rhode Island and the Nantucket Sound area, Providence and Boston getting in on some of the higher snowfall amounts, and the Barrier Islands here, but strong winds are going to be an issue for the coast, and especially for the Nantucket Sound and Providence, Rhode Island, back towards Connecticut, Smithtown, New York, and also off the coastal waters of New Jersey, New York, and Philadelphia as well. For the aviational deck this morning, basically VFR conditions outside of Newark, New Jersey right now. We have temperature 28 degrees, the wind out of the northwest at 12 gusts to 16 miles an hour, visibility better than 10 miles, a few scattered clouds at 6,000 feet with the wind chill making it feel like 18. A few clouds this afternoon, northwest winds dying off tonight. Basically some scattered clouds at 25,000 feet late tonight, and those clouds begin to lower to 15,000 feet and then becoming broken, scattered at 15 to 25,000 feet with light variable winds early after midnight tonight, and then tomorrow the winds shift around all the way to the southwest at about 7 knots. Scattered clouds at 5,000, broken at 11, and basically overcast conditions setting in very early with light snow and 3 miles visibility by late tomorrow morning, just after rush hour. Philadelphia this morning at the airport, it is 28 degrees. And the winds are out of the northwest at 10 gusts to 22, wind chill 19, visibility is better than 10 miles. Fair skies, a few clouds at 4,500 feet, and we'll find those clouds being of the few variety during today. Scattered to broken clouds at 25,000 feet late tonight and early tomorrow morning, And then by later tomorrow morning, some of the snow and rain showers should begin to break out across the region. And the latest morning run of the 4-kilometer NAM WRF composite reflectivity forecast out of Penn State's Ewald site shows lots of sunshine overhead, some mid and high level clouds spilling across the northwest flow today, no precipitation. And then as we get into later tonight and early tomorrow morning, clouds begin to increase as the northern system here moves towards the Great Lakes and into the Ohio River Valley. And meanwhile, that storm system in the Gulf of Mexico really begin to bomb out and remains well to the east of the forecast region. Notice we just have a period of light snow here, according to the NAM model, on Wednesday morning, late Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Might start out as a little rain mix there across central and southern New Jersey and right along the immediate coast into New York City, Connecticut, and Long Island. And then it really just bombs out off the south shores of northern New England's Cape Cod, Nantucket waters by Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon. Other than some strong winds and an early period or shot of precipitation, it looks like the atmosphere is going to dry out relatively quickly, as this storm system will not make a full connection or phase with the northern branch until it's well out over the coastal waters off the southern New England coast. And it's relatively good news that everyone's happy about this storm system being not merging correctly and staying well off of the coastal waters here for this time period, because we've had such a dramatic winter here. This is a combination of all the models, basically the NCEP GFS, the UK Met, the Canadian both global and regional, and the National Center of Environmental Predictions NAM model, 0 out to 84 hours. This is last night's runs of the model showing the storm system in the Gulf of Mexico continuing out to sea and staying well away from the forecast waters as it begins to bomb out south of Nova Scotia by Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night, and the northern stream systems also remaining to the north and east of the region. And this is the general upper air pattern, the 500 millibar wind barbs and heights and absolute vorticity going forward for the next 60 hours or so. Start things out with a pretty semi-zonal flow across the region. A couple of jet maxes working their way through the region this morning. And as we can see off the latest GFS run, here comes our storm system, which will be developing across as the trough axis and vorticity maximum swings around the underside or underbelly of this negatively tilted trough here by early on Tuesday afternoon. And as this occurs, it's a strong negatively tilted trough, but you can see that these two disturbances are not going to phase completely and pull the storm system closer to the coast. So it's going to swing out to sea, and it'll be an issue for right along the immediate coast in southern Connecticut and into interior and coastal New England, and then later Nova Scotia, as this flow now begins to become more westerly and more zonal in terms of moderation in temperature. And we have another weak trough moving through the Great Lakes by Friday. But basically, southwesterly flow warming mid and upper layers of the atmosphere gradually by the weekend. GFS maps into motion, high pressure across the region. Here's our storm developing in the Gulf Coast here, swinging through the peninsula over to the Atlantic side of Florida here. And high pressure remaining over the forecast region late tonight into early tomorrow morning. The high begins to move away. Frontogenesis begins to form here along the mid-Atlantic coast with some light snow breaking out across the Delmarva region by after rush hour or so tomorrow morning. Storm system then pulls its way to the north and east and deepens rapidly during the day on Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night, bringing a swath of snow here, light snow accumulating during the afternoon and evening hours across the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia metropolitan area. The storm then lifts rapidly and deepens rapidly. Some strong winds on the northwest side, could be a pounding of moderate to heavy snow out on the Cape, parts of Connecticut. Could see some moderate snow amounts too, but most of the region should remain just on the edge of this deepening, rapidly deepening and strong storm system, nor'easter if you will, across and offshore the southern New England coastal states. A 988 millibar low then deepens further as it gets closer to off the coast of Maine into Nova Scotia here. 974 millibar low. This strong packing of winds. Could be blizzard conditions here across portions of Maine and Nova Scotia by late Wednesday, late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, and Wednesday afternoon. And that storm system really continues to deepen further as it moves up into Atlantic Canada. and basically high pressure ridge building in across the region. Strong northwesterly flow. Very cold day on Wednesday and Thursday, but temperatures begin to moderate gradually. Another storm system developing in the central plain states from off the Pacific drives a warm air mass in place as it lifts towards the Great Lakes. And this will be occurring late on Thursday night and Friday morning. An increase of clouds later on Thursday night, early Friday morning. And we could have a little bit of rain showers here as the cold front occludes and passes through the region during the morning hours on Friday. And then high pressure once again builds in across the forecast region. A few more disturbances. Here's another one developing in the Gulf states, and it moves towards the region on Saturday afternoon. Could break out in the warm sector here with some rain or periods of rain developing again on Saturday afternoon, and then that shoots rapidly out to sea again with high pressure once again in control Saturday night through Sunday and Monday of next week. Latest forecast thinking from the National Weather Service in Mount Holly, Philadelphia. Basically 1 inch or less across Philadelphia and parts of central and southern New Jersey. 2 to 4 inches locally at times, and this would be through the afternoon on Wednesday. Again, in general, 2 to 4 inch snowfall across northeastern New Jersey, the New York City metropolitan area, all of Long Island and Connecticut, South Shore and North Shore as well. Lighter amounts up the Hudson Valley too. And of course, all of this will have to be monitored as the storm system develops a little quicker and phasing happens and the storm system is closer to the coast rather than further off into the Gulf Stream here. These amounts may have to be upped in these regions, and of course, we'll be monitoring that throughout the day, today and tonight and early tomorrow morning. And the National Weather Service in Boston, including the Outer Capes and Nantucket Island here into a 6 to 8 inch snowfall. Some of the outer barrier islands may get in above 8 to 10 inches, but interior sections from Boston anywhere from 6 to 8 inches all the way back now through Rhode Island and into interior Connecticut and Massachusetts. Not sure when that cut off or not, but 6 to 8 inches on the Outer Cape here and Nantucket Islands, 8 to 10 inches on some of the outer barrier islands here, and basically 1 to 4 inches across interior Massachusetts and Rhode Island, lesser amounts as you head back to the south and west. This is a strong nor'easter, but it's going to be providing near blizzard conditions well away from our forecast region and basically over the ocean. So that's going to do it for today. That's a wrap. We'll be back with a video forecast discussion late tonight or early tomorrow morning for Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook. You can find all that and live coverage on both websites ongoing throughout this event as well. We'll be back in the Weather Center later this afternoon taking a look at the latest model data. For Garden State Weather and gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a good Monday afternoon.